Hi, and welcome to 3 Things in 3 Minutes. I'm Nersi. Today we are looking at Stars of Akarios from OOMM Games. It plays 1 to 4 players and plays at about 20 minutes per player. What it's about: Stars of Akarios is a cooperative narrative campaign sci-fi game. Players are pilots fleeing an alien attack on their homeworld and exploring new star systems and planets. There are 3 types of missions, most predominantly a hex map-based customizable ship combat mission, where players will assign dice to take actions against a number of enemies controlled by individual AI combat decks. The game also features some much shorter scenarios exploring new sectors and going onto planets for away missions, which centers largely around dice-based skill checks. Both of these also will feature exploring maps by revealing cards and making choose-your-own adventure style choices from a scenario book. Now, most of the missions will give you rewards that will let you upgrade your character, ship, and combat deck for the campaign challenges ahead. What I like: the large portion of the time in Stars of Akarios will be on space combat, which manages to bring tactical space combat into a system that allows for some interesting tactical options, such as cleverly moving and positioning your ship, without at any point being overwhelming. And the dice-based actions manage to be flexible, usually with enough wild die results to give you plenty of options. And this is helped by some well-designed player boards, where the customization of your character and ship comes from inserting overlay cards that can easily allow you to survey all of your options at once. And while the exploration missions are much less tactical interludes, they still do a nice job of mixing up the gameplay and keeps the scope of the space opera narrative much wider. And the game does have a lot of branching options and side quests, giving you reasonable opportunities to replay the game and see what different outcomes are along the way. And importantly, the game has some very simple rules to let you alter the difficulty, which makes the game more accessible and appealing to audiences given all the mechanics involved. Now, points to consider: it is a lengthy campaign game, but it doesn't really have a way for you to add or remove players in the middle, even though you can fudge it by adapting some of the new pilot rules. But know that this is a game that expects you to have the same gaming group every time. And also, the ship combat essentially lifts many of its core mechanics from Gloomhaven, from the setup of the regular and elite enemies to the 20-card upgradable attack modifier deck. And like Gloomhaven, it really could have benefited from a more efficient way to deal with all of that shuffling, especially since the game already has an official companion app. And while some of the exploration and resultant skill checks can mix up the gameplay mechanics, some may find it less interesting, since it has less to do with tactical decisions and more to having just guessed the best choice, especially since these missions generally allow you only very limited turns. So in summary, it's a cooperative, widely spanning space opera adventure that's really designed to be played with the same number of players from game to game. The space combat allows for lots of flexibility and tactics without being overwhelming, though the heavily Gloomhaven-inspired combat mechanics could use some refinement, and the space and planet exploration missions offer a nice mix of gameplay styles, even if they're largely based on making lucky choices and skill checks. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure you like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks!